video. So guys, because we could not have the peaceful walk yesterday, the CP had allowed us to come and see him today. So all your questions we're going to be asking the CP today. You know, they don't want us to have the walk because they don't want some to come and hijack the walk. So they're going to be saying the CP and asking a lot of questions, and it's going to be transparent. So we have media houses here that are covering it. My live video is going to be on, so you can be screen
record.
Screen recording it. As they're asking the questions, the CP will be responding. If there's any questions that we're not asking and you still want us to ask when we are almost done, you can be typing your questions there, and then we'll definitely ask those questions. Because at the end of they started investigation. They started all that they want to do, but whatever questions we still want to ask them, we'll ask them so that when they ask us, you know, to give them time to finish their investigations. By the time we come back, we'll be able to ask them again that all these questions that we asked, the answers that you gave us. At the end of the day, it's just for us to get justice. We are waiting for some other people. Little evidence that are out there. Sam Larry has not been brought in or questioned. So how safe can they be when they now come and give their own evidence? What is the assurance when Mohbad is dead with all these videos that has been trending on social media about Sam Larry, even some videos that we saw where Sam Larry came when Zlatan and Mohbad were having a recording this year, and we don't know if he's already being questioned or is the right authorities, because if he's being questioned, then these young ones can have the courage to want to say, okay, this man that is bullying us, because as far as they are concerned, and I am concerned, is my observation usually. If he's been bullying this young one, and he's still out there or somewhere, because we saw a video of some of his boys that came and said they are his boys, nothing is going to happen, they will do this and that. You know, sending out church. And we need to understand that these young ones that are complaining, they are still teenagers. They cannot be bold and strong like we, their mothers or fathers that are here seated today, fighting on their behalf. So we need you, sir, to use your good officer to let them know, the public know, because there's a lot of them. There are a lot of them out there that really want justice. And we need to make the environment safe for our young ones. We call them the leaders of tomorrow, sir. And if they are not safe, that all of them, that's why most of them, apart from the hardship going on in the country, the Japa syndrome is also part of the fact that they don't feel safe in their own countries. If we can help them get this man, who they claim is a bully, and do a proper investigation, so that these young ones can have the courage to come on board and lay their claims. And some of them have evidence, because most times they record. You know, young ones have a way of recording all these incidents, and they can put it on board so that he can be brought to justice if truly he is found guilty, so that he can serve an example for other ones out there who want to be bullying these children, harassing them, you know, and spreading this fear into these young children. Because music in our society today has really put Nigeria on that map, and we would not like some few sets of people to come and destroy that for us, sir. That's one thing, sir. Another thing is that for me, I got an information about a young boy who was also under Naramali's label. And I found out that he had mental health. His mother came to cry out to the staffing club called Gislova, and I got that information through my DM that I should please help visit this boy, which I did. I made a video. What we posted on social media, the video was already half, the interview was already half done, and I had my reasons for not starting live with the interviews, because I wanted to keep some information private. The videos are with me. I'm going to be giving it to you, sir, so that you can listen to it. I would appreciate. It took a lot of effort for us to get this boy to even come out. The mother really wanted him to come out because she's also suffering from hypertension. She's afraid that she might die anytime, or if this problem is not solved, And who will now look after this boy who has mental health issues now, and who is one of our strong, I'm sorry. So sir, please, I would like this boy to be brought in, questioned, find out what exactly is going on with him.
Don't cry.
Whatever transpired between him and Mali, you know, and we are trying on our own part, the NGOs and a lot of our fans out there are really supporting the guy. They'll be sending money to him so that he can get treatment. We've made arrangements for that. He's already getting treatment as we speak. He's getting treatment already. But they are also very much, they're still afraid. We don't know why. We don't know what must have transpired for them to be so much afraid. But I gave them so much confidence that I still believe in you people, sir. And I told them, I said nothing will happen to you because I know you will protect him and he will get the right treatment. But there's a young boy that is just trying to survive, sir. And there's a lot of them out there that are going through this thing. I am scared. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So please, sir. Sir. Mohbad is gone already. It's a pity. I had that opportunity. And we need you to please help save this boy's life and find out, and whoever it is that is truly behind what is going to be brought to book. So that other young ones can have the courage when they are going through such to run to you people and say, oh, please help us. And we need, maybe like he said, an online platform that they know that when they go through, they can send information or send a phone number or something to, you know. I know Officer Benjamin is on social media and is one of the people they always want to tag, you know, to send information to. But sometimes these informations are written out there, they don't know who is seeing it and who is going back to threaten them. So if they can get like, you know, an email or, you know, a website that they can go to, make their complaint, and there's fast response, you know, it will also help these young ones to be able to come out whenever there's a problem and to speak to the police. So that's it for me.
Okay. My point is, what the lawyer has said, he has actually summed most of it up. But there are some salient questions and some salient positions that we, the people that are asking for justice for Mohbad, are asking. We know that, as we heard, that they want to exhume the corpse of Mohbad. We would like to know how soon that will be. We might not be able to know when because of security or whatever reason, but we would like to know how soon that is going to be. And also, we would like to know how soon the autopsy report and every other thing would be. And also, a lot of times, the chemistry between the police force and the public is still streamlined to a large extent. A lot of times, communication solves a lot of problems. There's still a gap between the Nigerian police and the public. The truth of the matter is, just as we have bad eggs in the society, we also have bad eggs in the force as well. But we believe that it is not everybody that is actually negative. There are still some people that are upright and stand for the right thing, which is why we believe that what the cause we're fighting for, if it is well treated and urgently treated and we get justice, the belief for the Nigerian police force would increase in the minds of the public. This is an avenue for us that justice can still be gotten anyhow. That is one. Two, we're also seeking. Okay.
I was a young officer.
Also for justice for others.
Anyway, as I was saying earlier, now this is an opportunity to bridge the gap between the police and the public. We are counting on this honorable organization to get justice. Now, the justice we are getting, sir, is not restricted to just finding the culprits of Mohbad, because the reason why that guy had died is majorly because, and the reason why everybody is so unsettled about his death is the fact that he wants justice and to put an end to bullying, to harassment, to any form of abuse in the for the younger generation. That is why he's calling for justice. So apart from finding out who are the people behind the death of Mohbad, we are also seeking protection and a voice against any form of bullying to any youth, in any Nigerian youth. And the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, it is believed, which I don't believe that is absolutely true, that these bullies have protections of the police force. Now we believe that is why the petition that the boy wrote, the guy said he had come to complain 3 times.
They even said they arrested him.
You understand? 3 times and nothing was done about it. And the petition is an evidence that shows that this guy actually complained. Now the truth of the matter is, despite his complaint, nothing was done for him until this. So we are advocating that subsequent petitions and discussions should not be taken with levity, sir. We feel that it should be sat on and appropriately investigated into, sir. And we believe that at the end of the day, the trend. I'm sorry, I'm not being rigid on my position, but I believe that what the quote and unquote the Malian stands for is really negative on the youth, because
there's so much evidence to back it up.
The use of the drugs, the drug abuse is scary and is one that it's unsettling. We know, I was saying it in my life, that in the next 3 to 4 years we'll be picking mad people on the streets, and that is not what we stand for in the entertainment industry. We have people that are naturally talented, that can express themselves without taking drugs. It is not the antecedent for what we stand for in entertainment. We want to be able to change the narratives. And to be able to change the narrative, we need you, sir, to be able to help us. When I came in, I was talking to Kiki. I said, if you see Kiki on social media, you would think she would take heavy drugs. But she's not. She's okay. That is what we should represent. That is what the Nigerian youth, that is what the social media influencers should represent. The truth of the matter is, there was a time that this thing, an individual had a case, and people like us spoke, and we said that this act will snowball. I said it 5 years ago, that this act will snowball on our youth. It's going to be negative and it's going to be grave. I didn't know that this was going to happen there, but I knew the implication of the fact that it's a mind thing. The moment our youth have this thing that this is the right thing, that is the direction they are going. And the mind is a very, very strong tool. What happens in the mind happens to manifest to the physical. And when it manifests to the physical, we have a chaos. So please, sir, we need you to be able to help us, to be able to get sanity and be able to get justice against bullying and harassment and any form of abuse. Because when we are advocating for what we are advocating for, we need your backup for us to get the way forward. Last but not least, we are advocating to have a proper burial for Mohbad. We want to have a proper burial for him, so we will need to speak with the family, and then we need your consent so that we can go ahead to be able to because it's not Mohbad from the family of Aloba anymore. It has become a national entity.
I spoke to the mother already.
So the mother has agreed. So if we have a date, if we have an idea,
we need them, the father, to also the father's family to agree on that.
Exactly.
And we need you to please help us use your humble office to speak to the father and allow, because we do not like the way he was buried. We would like to give him a more befitting burial. because he stands as a symbol of strength and voice for his other ones. So we really want him to be buried in a very
proper way and
proper, respectful way.
And also protection for the wife and the son is very, very key and germane. That is the only thing those are the only things that we will remember of Mohbad. It is very, very key, even beyond the physical, what we are saying. Sometimes, I'm sorry, we can have secret security on them because they are the target right now. We do not understand the danger that these people are in. We know that God will protect them, and the one that has died will not die in vain. But we also believe that we should also take physical appropriate steps so that we can protect this young lad and the mother. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity. Once again, we are very, very peaceful Nigerians. We do not like chaos because we have our lives and properties to protect as well. But what we just don't like is injustice. Any form of abuse, we will fight against it. And the fact that you have reached out to us, we believe that it's because you want us to collaborate and work to achieve greatness and to achieve success on the matters arising. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Sorry, sir, I don't have to disagree. I've spoken to the mother, and like I said, she has agreed that she will be properly buried after the
autopsy. Yeah.
We want to hear from you if that is going to really happen. Autopsy, like you said, we want to find out about that. We want to know if the investigations has already started being ongoing already about his death, because there's a lot of stories surrounding his death. We really appreciate that. And sir, we would like to help. We want you to help us use your own office, sir, to find out a way that a law can be put out there that if a young person is signed to a record label, either music, acting, whatever label, if that person says, I do not want to belong to this record label anymore, we don't think such a child should be harassed, beaten. There should be a law whereby there should be an office or a place that they can go to, a special force that is assigned to that, so that they can go there and lay their complaint about it and they can take up. Because, sir, there's a lot of young people out there who have come with such complaints, and we would really like you to please help us use your humble office to also look into this case.
And also, sorry, I remembered something. When the boy died, when Mohbad died, he had some people that were around him. Yes. The hospital he went to and everything. I don't know if the nurse. I don't know if you can just help us find out. Not to arrest, but to investigate further on the circumstances.
Yes.
We're talking about Sam Larry, Naramani. They're not the ones that physically killed him.
Yeah.
If he was killed. So that autopsy is extremely important. It has to happen first. Understanding the cause of his death, who surrounded him in that period, interrogating every single party that was involved, and then taking it from there. So I think the autopsy is extremely important. Another thing that I want to point out, because I'm on live, it's my first time on live, and everyone just feels like the police are not going to do anything. That's all I'm seeing. There's 2,000 comments, the police are not going to do anything, you guys are wasting your time, go home. So clearly, Nigerians don't trust the police, and we can't really blame them. There's certain things that have happened where we don't really feel like we've had the protection of the police. So I really feel like this is an important time for the Nigerian police to rise up to the occasion. People feel like maybe Sam Larry or whoever else is involved has paid the police, or they're going to pay them off, and for that reason, the police are not going to do anything. And so because we have that impression, I feel like it's imperative for the Nigerian police to ensure that that mentality is wiped away from the public. This is just an opportunity to rise to the occasion, in my opinion.
2 seconds intervention.
Yes, I was going to add fundamentally,
I've heard a people speak about this particular issue, and you realize that we're in a place where people are of the opinion, including myself, that some Nigerians are better than some other Nigerians. So what you should actually do in the real sense is no Nigerian is better than other Nigerian. At the end of the day, when we all die, everybody's going to go on the ground absolutely nothing that we have right now. And that is why it's very, very important in this moment that we give the youth especially that hope. It is very, very important because I personally, I said in a video I made that I've lost hope in the system. And this is from my own personal experiences. I've had cases that I've taken to the police station and nothing's happened. I've had cases where I was not at fault, but because somebody got there before me or spoke before me, I ended up being at fault. And these are the things that scare me personally. And that's why I said it could be absolutely anybody. So this fight is not just a fight of, I want you to, sir, please, I really love and appreciate the fact that you are so warm and welcoming, and that alone is giving me another type of hope, which I really hope that this meeting would also, be an extension for other people that are watching this video live. And I just really want that this particular occurrence can give people that extra hope. Because you see, sir, with hope comes the courage and confidence to speak. When people don't have hope, then there's not going to be any courage. You see, I also understand that a lot of the videos and pictures and whatnot that we see on Instagram might not be relevant or usable or, I don't know, to you. But people actually have to come out and say, oh, I was there. I saw this happened. But how exactly are they going to come out to say that or to do that if they have no hope in the system? So the reason we're asking to know how it is going, what is happening on, and when it is happening is so that other people who can come out to say meaningful things that will help the society at large will have the courage to come up and say, okay, yes, I can actually say this and do this, and something will be done about it. That something will not be done about it is the major fear. And as long as that fear exists, I'm afraid that we might not be able to do anything. So once again, thank you so much, sir, for giving us so much hope in this conversation, and we are simply hoping for the best.
And sorry, but I have to say this for the last. I'll try and make this my last. Okay, because me, I have raised a lot of youths, young boys, and I have a lot of youth that I'm trying. So they gave a lot of questions to me. Our children, we also grew up with the fear of knowing that you can't come out openly and be threatening people and not get repercussions of it.
Consequences.
We need you, sir, to help us look into the law, or those that are writing the law, to help us take this to them, that we as parents, we are very much concerned, because our children now believes that when you come on social media and threaten anybody, nothing will happen. Because they believe that the police force believes that social media is just a child's play. To them, it is not a child's play. We need to accept the fact that social media has come to stay for now. And a lot of our young ones learn and pick up a lot of things from social media. So if you come on social media and you threaten somebody's life and you get away with it, you are actually teaching another child that he or she can do same. And they don't just, children, when you give them one thing and they do it and you don't caution them about it, they will do 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
And then, before you know, killings will start to happen. Because if they can come and threaten your life and nothing is done, they can also come and kill you on life and expect that nothing will be done because you have not gone to the police to report it. There has to be a law where these young ones need to know, or the elderly ones, or whoever it is, that you cannot come on social media and threaten people's life and there will not be a repercussion for it. So that's what I'm saying. There has to be a rapid response for that. That when you come on social media and threaten anybody's life, that person needs to be picked up. So that these children will not think that it's fun for you to come and threaten anybody's life and then you will not get a repercussion for it. It will slow down the rate at which all this gang fighting and killing and abuse and threats. Because many times this boy, Mohbad, came on social media. They joined these people that were harassing him, and nothing was done. Nothing was done, and that was why they kept all these other videos that is now circulating. They had it, but when they released 1 or 2, 3, and nothing was done, they kept the rest because they kept telling them that if you put it on social media, it's no longer in evidence. And so that is why these other bad eggs that feels that if you can't harass him and because of nothing is going to happen, they keep coming to do it. And it's not like they're just harassing them. They come out and then they actually actualize it by going out, beating them, stabbing them, doing a whole lot of things to them. So once anybody comes on social media to harass anybody, there should be a rapid response that is monitoring all these things that will go for them. Because I know that your humble office can do this for us. So that we can keep our children safe. It's very important.
Okay, just a few minutes seconds intervention. My colleague, my leader colleague, another person has spoken. They have touched literally everything, so I don't have much to say. I adopt their position as mine. I salute CP was here, quite encouraged, professional. Mine is more of an appeal as it were. I know what we call judicial evidence, judicial facts. The police obviously should be under pressure to conclude this investigation on record time. But please, while you are soaking the pressure, do not gloss over detailed investigation. That is the core. The public may say we want justice within a week, and the police will say, well, since there's so much pressure, let's just do this thing casually and give our reports and let the court decide. The police is the investigator. Yes. They can decide to work on judicial facts and not judicial facts, and they will push it to the court. They will push it to the court. With all the noise, when it gets to court, everything will burst like a bubble. It's technical, as it were. So I believe the CP knows what I'm talking about. Because it has been in this game for years. You can't buy experience in the market. The public is conscious. There's that consciousness, locally and international. And as lawyer, we see beyond the bubble. There was a casual statement here that social media is like movie coming from that from one of the officers. I wouldn't want to mention him here. And that really offended Iyabo. Yeah. Very well, but that's just by way of an aside. Okay? Now, you can understand the perception of the general public. You can understand the perception of the general public as to what justice is. But for those of us who are lawyers, we tend to see beyond what is on the facade. And that's why I'm appealing specifically that no matter the pressure for you to conclude the investigation, please, if you can conclude it timeously with detailed investigation, so be it. Don't act under pressure and gloss over it and push it to the court. From operational experiences, when you have a mad pressure on the police, they will say, okay, it's not because this investigation is on our table, that's why everybody is calling on them. Let's do our work, push it to the court, and you get to the court, you bust. That is not what people expect. Officer, I would want to say more. I want you to rely more on my spoken words, not what I have said. So please, it's an appeal. It's an appeal. Your report is highly expected. Highly expected.
We want, sir, we want what? Justice.
Justice for Mohbad.
We want
That's
justice for Mohbad. We want
Justice for Mohbad.
We want
Justice for Mohbad.
We want
Justice for.
And every time a story like this comes out, I'm traumatized. I can no longer tell people, oh, move back to Nigeria. I see police officers, I try to see them as my friends, but every time, we're interrogated, we're harassed, even though you might think that, okay, maybe you guys are big, you guys have backing, but sometimes we actually are out on our own on the street, like maybe going to buy milk with my daughter and being harassed. It's not nice. And
the entertainment industry, we're doing so much to put Nigeria on the map, and I wouldn't really want the young ones to now feel threatened and feel like they have to throw their talent in the bin because of something like this. A lot of us are running away from gang culture in the UK. We do not want it to become something in Nigeria. It's not something that should be glorified. So many black boys have died because of it. Nigeria is not a place where they go around with guns or they fight with knives, even though they'll fight with their fists. Please, let's not glorify things and make it a norm in our society. It's degenerating our society. Our society is not one of that lacks culture. We have a culture, and please, all these traditional rulers as well. We don't want to desecrate the monarchy. We don't want to do these things. Please, all these associations, they need to be looked into. And I'm saying this as somebody that is friends with all of them, with everybody, but it's not that we should live in a society where one is benefiting and the other should be oppressed. It doesn't matter if I'm not being oppressed. Please, sir, I'm using this platform to please thank you, sir, and thank you so much for your time.
So,
No, we are still begging. We are still
interfacing between the leader and the investigation team. That's all. How you can be more further. That's all.
That's it, go.
Thank you very much for the contribution. I will hear from the city to respond to all that has been said. The city side.
Let me welcome you to the Lagos State Police Command headquarters. I want to start from the last, for obvious reasons. The barrister, you raised a very, very critical issue. And that what this group has done today, you may not appreciate the value. When I spoke with him, the point is that if the space is not stable for police to operate, the justice we are looking for, we are searching for from Mohbad, we can't get it. Why did I say that? We are seated here now, you have generated so much ideas. We could truly feel the pulse of both the family, the members of the public. You have even enlightened me in some other areas. What do you think would have happened? Let's look at it the other way, that you are on the streets and we are firing smoke, doing things. Are we going to have the space to make the progress we have made? So what you have done now is a clear departure and a clear statement on the way to go. If in truth we are looking for justice for I have had cause to relate to several groups in this process. We must admit that it's not everybody shouting justice for Mohbad that is looking for justice for Mohbad.
Very true. Very true.
And you will discover that those that belong to the other side, they don't mind if the entire society is on fire. They have a different agenda. But you have made a clear statement that defines your patriotism, your genuine commitment to this drive for justice. And as I mentioned in my reply to you, not just from Mohbad. I think what you represent is the search for justice, societal justice, which is an umbrella that covers Mohbad that we are dealing with today. So for this, I wish on behalf of the police, truly appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
I know it's not an easy decision to take, but I think you have set a standard that it is not through we and them engagement, we and them experience that results will be achieved. I think in the true sense of it, you are looking for justice. I'm paid. You are not paid for looking for justice, I'm sure. I'm paid as a policeman to deliver justice. So there is a meeting point. So we are in the same boat. And I appreciate that you would honor my invite for us to talk, harmonize our vision for justice, and agree to work in partnership to deliver justice. It means a lot. You may underrate it, you might just take it over and just holding the meeting. No. What you have done now is a huge statement, and the impact will be felt in due course. I can assure you, because now you have given me the courage, you have given me the assurance of a stable space, and like he said, with this space, now I have no reason not to deliver a quality investigation that will engender the justice, because you have not sharing my attention. So I want to specially thank you and thank you want to use that as a starting point so that I don't. Now coming to the specifics. My very fiery brother and lawyer, when he was talking, I was just looking at it saying, this reminds me of the days of Ganifa engineer. There was that passion, that burning, and you spoke about trust in the police, and the need to use this to change that narrative. One thing I can tell you, and I'm saying this in my honor, that under my watch in Lagos, and I think within my period of leadership here, I have made that clear. Whether it's Mohbad, whether it's any low-level citizen, whether it's you can be sure that I stand for justice. Mohbad will not be. You can close me, you can watch me. Yes. The only snap is that I did notice the farthest we can go is informed by the much quality of evidential information you can update us. It's not for us to just stay out there and complain. The much you give to me to help me, the man will utilize. That you can go to sleep and say the Lagos State Police Command under my word as far as this thing is concerned. Give my justice.
Thank you.
It is I'm not doing you a favor by saying that's what will be measured, that's what can be used to measure my commitment to duty, my mandate as a policeman. When we started the case of the murderers of Senator Yayi State, there was this same apprehension, it did not happen. But I can tell you as of today, and I challenge you to check it. Since I came on board in February, there has not been any major case in Lagos State that has not happened. There has not been any that has happened that impacts on the internal security interest of the Lagos that we have not. So I'm confident in the capacity of my officers to work with me and get to the victim and ensure justice. The first CID, I've read so much, I've heard so much, the IG is fully in the picture of that, and I'm sure it is being handled. You are at liberty to follow up. Today we have one of the finest officers heading our first CID. Yes, one of the finest officers. I will encourage you to update with him, and then I'm sure he will attend to the concern. But the one within my space, you can be sure that we will live. Digitalization of police complaint process. I truly agree with you. The world is changing. We should be able to leverage on the advantage that technology provides in order to perfect our policing functions. I think in Lagos State we have started that. We have set up the complaint response unit, which is fully aligned. Maybe when you are talking about police harassment, and is a section in the Police Act to set up complaint response units. It's a full call center equipped with full call center facilities. We call call, they will receive the call, and they will activate it, and they will give you feedback. So that we can extend this
information, we can publicize
yes,
it.
PRO. You also mentioned the NDLE. Like I said, when we were inaugurating the special investigation team, all pieces of information, all personalities, all centers linked to it, to this case, will be within the radar of our investigation. We are not going to isolate or say one is not relevant, one is. To us, every allegation, every suspicion, every insinuation must be cleared, and we do that. And also be sure. Routine breathing. I also mentioned that as far as professionally and legally permissible, we'll keep the citizens updated. But for the closed units like this, as the lawyer,
not to jeopardize.
for the lawyer to be, I've already told him you are at liberty to keep interfacing with him. To me, we are not working at cross purposes. As far as I'm concerned, you are also our lawyer because you are also representing a group that is looking for what we are looking for, justice for a victim. So you are free to always interface with him. He will bring you, but please, if he gives you any information, don't betray the trust. There will be some he will share. If I even need your input, I might need your. Please don't betray that trust. But when we talk of trust, it's across the divide. We say we do not trust because we also betray us. You two, you do not trust us because we should have a common. Okay? And I will hold my sister responsible.
No problem.
All right, coroner inquest. I think it's part of what we are working around. And we are pushing it, we are working it out with the state government. It will happen. Sorry? It has legal process. Okay, and I will always go back to what he said. So I understand the passion that is burning in us, but we should not rush and stumble and then do the. Let's follow the due process. The ones that we can do in the immediate, we already do. The ones that have the process, let's follow it. Okay, let it be done. Searchlight on the music industry. That is, it's something of serious interest to me. But it is those of the people within the industry that should show commitment. I mean, maybe part of what we could do. I know they have the association and or somebody to. I think we can work with them to deal with this concern. If there is bullying within the music industry, if there is prevalent narcotics abuse, I think Mohbad's death to be utilized as to change that narrative, or at least to impact positively, to save the upcoming or those that are still experiencing this bullying in silence. So let's put it in the mainstream of public discourse and accept it as a social problem that everybody must work together in addressing. The police, certainly in Lagos, will be committed to supporting the initiative. Questioning of all suspects, either within or outside the country, that's a fact. We do that. I have given that command already. Steps have been taken, contacts have been made, formal letters sent, and we have started the process of even effecting arrests. And you see, what we are dealing with, like the barrister said, we are investigating homicide, the homicide case, right? We are looking at the immediate. What are the immediate factors that we gather enough evidence to say, oh, person led to the death directly, and this person played a role in it. Then we look at the remotes. Like we said, we will explore the impact of all the experiences that this young man had, which ones are considered some level of psychological, emotional culture that pushed him into changing his standard behavior, and how it impacted on the later part of his life. So we are looking at all this, and everybody, remotely connected or directly connected, we have listed them out. We are establishing contact with them, and I said it the other day that even if the person is out for the country, somebody with free conscience needs no fear. So if you accuse me, I see no reason why I should run away. And so, if they say there's an allegation against you, you've made a name nationally and internationally. You have a choice. Come and clear your name and move on. If you refuse to do that, we have options. First option is to declare you wanted. And that will certainly be done if those personalities that we have identified refuse to honor our needs.
Thank you, sir. That's
Thank
what we
you.
want.
Justice for Mohbad.
Justice for Mohbad.
Thank
Second option is to deploy our Interpol tools. And wherever you are in this world, that's why we have the Interpol. We'll definitely get you back to answer for the criminal allegations. So for those of you who are close down there, if you have contacts with them, is to encourage them. If we do, and it has no legal implication, it will also not impact on the, it will not jeopardize our investigation. It will not be in public interest to do. Okay, if I want to go and arrest somebody tomorrow, now I have information. I'm sure you will not expect that some and say tomorrow I'm going to do. But the ones that the progress we make and that is safe to present to the public without frustrating or impacting negatively on what we're doing, please respect that we are doing it for the overall purpose. Don't take it as if we are conceding, okay? That will be open, will be accountable. Yeah. Witness protection. This issue has come up again, so I think right now the GCOs. The GCOs, the OCSID should immediately now extend the police protection to the families of the immediately.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I don't want to mention names. You mentioned the names of those questions. We have a wider compilation. Like I said, we have officially all of them, giving them dates in court, and that if they fail to meet that deadline, we declare them.
Amen. Thank you.
An autopsy will be done.
We can't wait for that autopsy. Thank you, sir.
Autopsy will be done.
Autopsy will be done pretty soon.
Will be done. And autopsy.
And the Nigeria police, now we have the National Nigeria Police Cyber Crime Center. It's a state-of-the-art facility with highly trained cyber crime investigators in Abuja. You are aware of it. So you can leverage on all those. Yes, they have okay. But for this purpose, you raise a very critical issue about us having that capacity in Lagos. So that's why I said this meeting is very unique to me. The DC State CID will now set up that section as one of the sections in State CID immediately. We get and we will help you. I will get the DC cyber Uche to come and train and set it up for us. So through this, we are now having a cyber crime unit, investigation unit, just like the unit. Just put your name. So, I have my own request.
No, pass it to pass it to Mother.
No, sorry, before you go, my people are saying
Let me
2
ask
weeks
my
is
own
too long,
question.
sir. That is where we can cut short the. They say 2 weeks is too long. It's just. So they say it's not possible.
You didn't want us to do a show.
That one is.
Sorry?
Autopsy now, they have to do it. It's okay now. I said this week, the autopsy will be done, but we should just give them 2 weeks for them to follow up and do that together.
Okay, now. I want to appeal to you to trust me as a CP to provide the requisite leadership that will aid the delivery of justice in the case of Mohbad. If you trust me, I will also say give us the space, stable space. If you trust us, don't trigger anything that will take our attention away.
Okay. We will come back 2 weeks time to also visit the CP again. We will visit him again in 2 weeks time, but then we will have gathered enough evidence.
So
And then
encourage.
we will post out there. We will still put out there the numbers that you feel you've been threatened, you have videos, you have evidence. We will put out a number there where you can send all these information to. You probably don't have to come. You send it when they see it, and if they need you to come, they will invite you.
And finally, please, no information is worthless. If you have access to any information that will assist us or any of your colleagues, relations, you are on ground, please avail us. Let us determine value. I can assure you, you will be protected. Commission, the personality behind it will be protected, and the information will be thoroughly processed. Thank you once again, and I'll keep leveraging on this partnership. Someday soon, I think we can again gather and say we've been working together and working in partnership with Mohbad.
Thank you so much. Justice for Mohbad! Justice for Mohbad! Justice for Mohbad!